everybody, and welcome. Today I am filming a new kind of video to my channel. Today I am going to film my first tarot reading. In this video, it will be a pick a pile reading, and we will be getting the question of what is the most important thing that the cards want you to know right now. But before I explain about the pick a pile process and talk a little more about how I will do the reading, I wanted to take a moment to talk with you about my particular philosophy on tarot. Because I tend to ramble when it comes to subjects I enjoy, I made a bit of a script for this segment so that it won't be too long. However, if you would like to skip this part, I will have timestamps in the description. There are several reasons I picked tarot up as a hobby. I've joked with my husband about how it was a natural progression from Pokemon cards. I do joke, but there is legitimacy there. I've always loved collecting Pokemon cards and playing TCGs like Magic the Gathering, and it was the artwork and lore of these kinds of cards that originally drew me in. Tarot is much the same in that way. There are many different decks, each with their own artwork, guidebooks, and varying interpretations of the cards. I love going through the beautiful artwork from different artists creating tarot decks, and I find their individual takes on each tarot card to be fascinating. The actual act of reading the tarot cards really can feel like playing a game, especially as you build your skills and allow yourself the freedom to act on your intuition. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Like with many interests, I looked to YouTube to learn more, and what I found was an entire little ecosystem of tarot readers filled with tons of varying philosophies, reading styles, levels of belief, and reasons for reading. What I also found was that many of these videos happen to be unintentional ASMR gold mines. So of course, I wound up watching many of them quite often. Enough that over time, I learned a lot and eventually formed my own opinions and philosophies on tarot, which wound up informing the way that I read and interpret the cards. My philosophy is that tarot is a self-help tool. The secret to its success as such is to allow yourself to indulge in it authentically. Allow yourself the quiet, meditative moment to focus on the individual meanings of the cards presented to see how the scenarios may apply to your life or resonate, and how the advice involved may help you. There is some misunderstanding regarding tarot and its efficacy in fortune telling. Tarot cards' strengths aren't so much rooted in telling the future as it is in reading energy and presenting possibilities. I tend to see it as scenario casting. The cards present scenarios which can be further clarified with helpful advice and perspectives as you lean into the messages that resonate. The more you allow indulgence in the belief that the cards are able to do this, the more helpful they can be as a tool for self-discovery, improvement, healing, etc. My point is that one doesn't have to 100% believe the notion that the universe wants to communicate with you through tarot or tarot readers in order to temporarily indulge in a way that allows you to effectively use it as a self-help tool. However, I personally have found the notion of a communicative universe to be comforting. And while I don't 100% know what I do or do not believe, I must admit that indulging a little in these ideas has helped me through some hardships. So, although my tarot philosophy does skew to the psychological side of things, I will not deny that I enjoy indulging in and have much interest in the metaphysical aspects. I also find it fun and enjoyable to play with the notion of reading energies of people and predicting possible future outcomes. That said, my tarot videos, first and foremost, will be made for the purpose of giving ASMR and to relax. I will be enhancing areas of tarot reading that I have found to trigger ASMR and relaxation. The tarot card reading itself comes in a close second. I can't claim to be a medium or even to be all that experienced of a reader. I've been practicing for 2.5 years, but I've only read for myself and for my husband. I'm looking forward to trying something new, both for my ASMR channel and for my tarot journey. If you yourself are interested in finding more experienced and legitimate tarot readers, I can recommend 2 in particular that have lent inspiration to my tarot style and that I also enjoy watching: Eso Tarot and White Feather Tarot. I will make sure to link them in the description. Thank you so much for listening for a bit about my philosophy on tarot. I really appreciate it, and I hope that it will help enhance your viewing. Thank you. As previously mentioned, this is a pick a pile tarot reading. In this video, I will be answering the question of what is the most important thing that you need to know right now. What is it that the tarot cards most want to tell you. The way that the pick a pile process works is I will go over each deck and object, and you will use your intuition to let you know which deck is for you. And in the description, there will be time stamps for each deck. And of course, you're always welcome to watch more than one deck. The most important thing is to take what resonates for you, what you think can apply to your life, and leave the rest. So, this first deck here, this is the Wild Unknown Tarot. And we have this rose to signify this deck. For this first reading, I decided to use trinkets, cinnaboutes, knickknacks for the pile objects. In future videos, it may be figurines or gemstones or toys. It could be anything. The next pile is the Crow Tarot, and I have this pewter dragon. Just take a look at these objects and try to pay attention to your intuition. If anything just feels like this object is the one for you. In this third pile, we have the Mystic Mondays deck, and there is a glass baby unicorn. There may be something about the imagery of these objects that feels significant to you. You may just get a feeling about one of them, or maybe aesthetically you just like one more than all the others. So take a moment to decide which pile is for you. There's the silver rose, the pewter dragon, and the baby unicorn. When you have chosen, you can go into the description and click on the timestamp that corresponds with your chosen pile. Hello, roses, and welcome to your reading. I'm going to move this lovely rose to the side now. And I am going to to light the sage before we begin. The idea is that the sage can help clear the area and promote clarity and the ability to think. But personally, I just enjoy the way that it smells. I like the smoke. And it does, because of that, for me, help to promote clear thinking, and it helps me to indulge in the process of reading tarot. So after lighting, I put it in this copper bowl that I made back in college, and I'm going to set it right there, so that the smoke can continue to waft in as I pull your cards. Okay, Rose Pile. Let's prepare. Again today, we are asking, what is the most important thing for you to know right now? Now, as there are going to be many of you for each pile, not every message that comes through will be for you, but as a whole, there should be a recurring theme between you all. Again, just take what resonates, what you can apply to your life, and leave the rest. Leave what doesn't apply to you. Okay, let's cut these. And let's ask again. For pile 1, the rose pile, the wild unknown tarot pile, what is the most important thing that pile 1 needs to know right now? What does the universe want pile 1 to know? And I'm going to just do an intuitive reading. I'm going to shuffle like this, and as a card pops out, I will sit it up, and I will go through the deck a full time like this, and see if anything else comes through. That first card, it came out very quickly, and it is likely to be the main thing that we should focus on for your reading. Okay, Rose Pile. You very quickly had the Son of Swords pop out. Now, in other tarot decks, the Sun would be the Knight. In this deck, there are mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, instead of kings, queens, pages, and knights. So, the Son of Swords, or the Knight of Swords, this is a card of action. Generally speaking, I tend to see the swords as actionable cards. And knights of all suits are also the more actionable cards in the tarot. So right away, for you, I am getting a message that something that the tarot wants you to know most has to do with taking action. But there is also, with the Son of Swords, a notion to be careful that you are not jumping to conclusions, that you're not being brash with this action, that you're not preparing for your action, perhaps jumping too soon. This did come up upright, though. It's not in the reverse, it is upright, so that does for me lean in a more positive direction of there is an idea here that it is important for you to focus on putting a plan into action and making sure that you have all your ducks in a row. And although you might be very excited about this plan that is going to be put into action, just make sure you don't jump the gun too soon. Now I will pull clarifiers. I'm going to pull some cards again and see how many come out, and that is going to help me further flesh out what this action may be, what this plan may be. But before I do that, I am going to pull out the guidebook for the Wild Unknown Tarot, and I am going to read about the Son of Swords, because each of these books provides a little bit of its own flair, its own context, its own interpretation for the cards. So here we go. The Son of Swords, forceful, determined, a dynamic creature. The Son of Swords is a man of action, not of grace. He pushes forward toward his goal with urgency and determination. To top it off, he's very well educated, making him a force to be reckoned with. Usually, he's seeking approval from the patient and just Father of Swords, who casts quite a shadow onto his son. Working with this stimulating and exhausting young man can prove to be a challenge. Now, something may or may not have given extra resonance to this card for you, but it did remind me that this is what I call face card. You have the major arcana and the minor arcana. This is part of the minor arcana, but it is one of the face cards, the page, knight, king, queen, and in my opinion they do hold a little more weight and can often signify an individual in your life. It might even signify you. Perhaps you are giving off major Son of Swords energy. Maybe you are being forceful and determined. And while those can be very positive traits, as it mentioned in this guidebook, sometimes that assertiveness can come across as forceful, and you may want to be aware of those around you that are getting maybe a little trampled on by this determination, this fiery desire for you to move forward quickly. I wouldn't say to dampen your spirit, not that at all. It just might be important for you to consider this in the near future. Or perhaps, if it isn't you, there could be someone in your life or someone entering your life that will be exhibiting this Son of Swords energy. Perhaps someone around you has this fiery, determined passion, and you are feeling a little trampled on. These are all things that you can consider having the Son of Swords card come out as the most important thing you need to know right now. But now, let's pull some clarifiers to see if we can narrow this down a bit. Okay, we have the Son of Swords as the most important thing that pile 1 needs to know. What else can you tell me regarding what they need to know to help clarify the meaning of the Son of Swords? Oh, death. I was mentioning the major arcana. Death is a major arcana card. Now, some people, they panic when they see the Death card or the Tower card. They can be cards that have negative connotations, but do not fear. Death is not always a literal death. And oftentimes, death signifies change. So, this ambition, this project, this drive to do this thing is going to create a death in your life. And not a literal death, but a change. Whatever this Son of Swords energy is representing, this project, this ambition, going towards it is going to create major change in your life. And a message that I'm getting is that whether this change will be positive or negative greatly depends on how you treat this energy, or this individual treats this energy. Because as mentioned, this energy can have a trampling, forceful effect on those around it if the individual is not considerate of their actions. They could come across as brash as opposed to passionate. So, depending on how this ambitious energy is exuded, that is what is going to determine how positive or negative this major change in your life will be. And as this is a major arcana card, this is a heavier card. The minor arcana mostly dictates your day-to-day, things that you have a lot of individual control over. You always have your free will, but these cards are more big things that are more or cosmically happening around you in your life that will affect your life. They're the, maybe like the big bosses. Like a face card from the minor arcana is a sub-boss. This might be a big boss. They just hold more weight. That's the important bit there. Now let's go ahead and read about death. Number 13. Closure and transformation. No one loves the sight of the death card in a reading. We spend most of our lives denying death altogether. So when this card appears, it's easy to get frightened or think it's bad. Don't let the drama distract you from the message. Something in your life needs to end. It needs closure. This will happen voluntarily or involuntarily. Either way, you will feel a positive transformation begin after the initial forms of suffering have passed. And this suffering can just be talking about how change can be painful, but the big takeaway here is that positive transformation happens with change, especially with this really passionate, fiery energy coming from this Son of Swords. I think what's really important for you, the most important thing that the universe, the tarot cards, is trying to tell you right now, Rose Pile 1, is that you should manage this passion, this fiery energy inside of you in a way that leads to closure and positive transformation. There is something that's going to happen for you very quickly that may lead to a little difficulty at first due to a drastic change happening. So, as I see it right now, there is an energy in your life or upcoming that is Son of Swords energy, which is that fiery determination, drive, ambition, focus on a project. It could be representative of you or another individual, but it is this energy that will cause this death energy, this closure, this transformation. And although there may be some rough starts here with this change because of the brashness of this energy, maybe perhaps it might be a little tough at first and cause something to end, but in the end it is going to result in positive transformation, which is good. This is when a death card can be good. Again, do take note of controlling this and not letting it. Don't let yourself trample over others, is what I'm trying to say there. But so I think if you can manage that, there's going to be a very positive change incoming. Okay, let's go through the deck one more time. And we will finish out your reading with some charms after this go through. Okay, we've got another major arcana card. This is a big moment in your life, I feel like, with 2 major arcanas and a face card. So you have the Chariot here. So we're further clarifying maybe what this death could be about, what this change is, what this transformation is, what this plan is, where this drive and ambition is coming from. And just by the way, the Chariot, that's more drive and ambition energy. So whatever this is, okay, that's it. And what is the energy? I like to do the bottom of the deck at the end for the energy. Another. Oh wow, this is another major arcana, and it's the Magician. This is big deal energy right here. So, all right, let me break this down. So by energy, I mean like the environment of this reading, the playing field of this energy. This is the energy all around you, the collective, the part that is in pile 1, represented by the rose. This is the environment you'll be operating in regarding this thing that the universe, the tarot cards, think is the most important thing for you to know right now. And this energy that it has given you is the Magician. It's number 1 in the major arcana. It goes 0 to 1. 0 is the Fool, number 1, the Magician. And the Magician is about manifestation. It's about making things happen. I think in this particular deck it takes on a little bit of an extra meaning with this wildcat about how actionable it is. Again, with that word, action. This is an action card, a very actionable action card. It's a knight with the swords. It's about drive and ambition. And this is too. And that is the environment here. So there's going to be this drive and ambition, this fiery passion that leads to closure, death of something, change. And to further clarify, we have the Chariot, number 7. And that is again about life purpose. What it is that you really want to do with your life. I think Rose Pile, before getting into this guidebook here, the most immediate message I am getting here for you is that this is a major moment in your life where there is something in your life that you have a major passion for, something that you have drive and ambition to achieve, and you desperately want to do it. But it's going to cause a little bit of hardship at first in order to get to the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, if you will. Change is hard, but whatever this is going to cause you to go through a major change, which results in a positive transformation. And that's because of this Chariot energy here, the fact that this is you triumphing, doing something that you feel like you are meant to do in your life. And to back it all up, you have again the environment of the Magician itself, the card of manifesting your wildest desires and dreams. This is a really beautiful reading, Pile 1. This is an amazing reading to have for my first ever online reading. Thank you for allowing me to do this for you. Alright, so let's, again, and with the major arcanas and the face cards, this is a very powerful reading here. The Chariot, strong will, triumph. The Chariot is your confidence, your will, and your inner warrior at points in your life when you felt the bliss of achievement or triumph. You were riding on his back. Build a relationship with this part of yourself. Try to see the Chariot inside of you. The more focused your mind, the easier it will be to sense his presence and stay mounted on his back. With a fixed gaze and sure footing, you'll be headed toward all you dream of. That's beautiful. This is beautiful. And just to hype you up even more, that whatever it is you're wanting to go for, if you believe in this sort of thing, if there is a universe that's trying to talk to you through these cards, it is absolutely trying to tell you to go for it, because the universe is in your corner here. The Magician, self-empowerment, action. The Magician is a card of boundless, expansive energy. Whereas many of the major arcana deal with stillness or aspects of the mind, this card is all about action, action, action. It's time to see yourself as the wildcat. Embrace his speed, grace, and abilities. Don't be afraid to begin. You have the power of all four elements within your reach. Now is the time to use them. Pile 1, Rose Pile. There's not much more of a cosmic green light than that right there. Now, to close out the reading, I'm going to pull some charms. This is a segment that I have seen a couple people do. I mostly see Esoterro do it, and I really enjoy that segment for the ASMR goodness of it, but I just find it fun. I find it very fun. So in this sparkly silver box, I have little bitty items. Plastic, metal, paper, letters, numbers, shapes, words. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pinch without looking. I'm going to pinch out items, and I'll spread them here. And this segment is very much for you, the viewer, to interpret, because these are items that may help confirm for you if this reading is for you. Perhaps there's an item in here that will resonate with you due to a memory, or perhaps it will have something to do with this thing you have such drive and ambition for. Maybe a word will be spelled out. Maybe there's a number you keep seeing. It's just a fun segment for you to see if there's anything else that is resonating. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay, I'm looking away. I'm going to try and claw machine it. I don't want to get too little or too much. This seems like an amount. Let's see. It's not too much, so let's at least start with this. So we have a blue heart. Maybe the color blue has significance Perhaps there's something about love, or maybe a cold heart. Maybe a cold heart. Some sort of closure happening. We have a letter E. We have a letter G. And a letter T. Oh, get, get to it. Get it. Go get it. You're a go-getter. You're gonna go get it with all of this passionate, triumphant energy here. You're gonna get. Just again. Let's see, you also have a letter A. So, T, 8, eat, gate. Maybe there's something about a gate. Maybe this could be representative of the idea that you need to walk through that gate, walk through that door. You feel like there's a gate, a barrier here regarding this closure, and maybe it's time to walk through that gate, close it, and get on that horse and go. The horse is kept behind the gate, and you've got to get in that gate and ride it. Let's see, we've also got a glass flower. It's also a little bit blue, it has some blue shine to it. Let you see that a little closer. It's trying to focus. There we go. So you can kind of see that blue. So maybe something about blue. You've got the blue heart, the blue flower, and the final, this is a fun one, you've got the moon scepter. And this is a wand, one of the powers of the magician. The magician has all 4 elements on its side. In the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it's holding a wand up in the air. Either that or the sword. It might be the sword. But the idea that a magician does use a wand. There's also the idea that traditionally, the chariot represents the zodiac sign Cancer. Cancers are represented by the moon, and you have a moon scepter. Maybe you have a zodiac sign of a Cancer. Maybe someone in your life that has something to do with this reading has that zodiac sign. No guarantees there, of course. Just, again, take it as it resonates. So, there you have it. That's just a fun little segment that I enjoy adding on to tarot readings. And I hope that you enjoyed your reading. Please let me know in the comments below if this resonated with you. And if it didn't, you can let me know that too. Again, most importantly, this tarot reading video is for relaxation and for those that experience ASMR. So please let me know if you did enjoy it in that way, and if you have any suggestions in that regard. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Pile 1, Rose Pile, here with the Wild Unknown Tarot. Go out and get 'em, Wildcat. I believe in you. Hello, Pile 2, Dragon Pile. This reading is for those of you that most resonated with this pewter dragon. I paired it with the Crow Tarot because I kind of see dragons as dinosaurs, and crows are birds and, descendants of the dinosaurs. So I thought that that was appropriate. But let's put this guy to the side. And before I get started with your reading, I'm going to light some sage. I like to light the sage because I like the way it smells, and I like how it clears my mind because it's kind of become a Pavlovian thing. I smell the sage and I immediately get into a relaxed state that I know I'm in and ready to read tarot and have a safe, meditative, relaxing moment. In tarot, the idea is that sage clears the space and promotes divination and channeling and things like that, but for me it really is part of indulging in the art of tarot reading, and it just gets me into the right headspace, which for me is what it's all about. Okay, interesting. Yours did not stay lit for as long. Sometimes the sage will stay lit for quite a while, and other times it burns out right away. Okay, so let's put that up there. Alright, so again, the question here is, what is the most important thing that the dragon pile number 2, needs to know right now? Now, of course, there are going to be several people for each pile. There may be things that come out that are for one person but not another. However, there should be a general theme that you all can resonate with and fit under. And just take what resonates and leave the rest. So, what is the most important thing that pile 2, the dragon pile, needs to know right now? What does the deck, the tarot cards, the universe most want to tell the group for pile 2? I will shuffle like this until a card falls and comes out. Oh, there we go. And then I will go through the rest of the deck, see if anything else does. It did not, so the main card is the first card that comes out. It's going to be the card that signifies the rest of the reading. This is the card that most represents the most important thing that the tarot thinks you need to know right now. And this is the 6 of Pentacles. So, with the 6 of Pentacles, we are talking about balance. We are talking about give and take. We're talking about equal work, or we could be talking about charitable donations to make things more equal. But with the Crow Tarot in particular, there is a little extra focus on this idea that there may be someone, could be you, it could be someone in your life, has more and they are giving it, but it is not out of charity, but it is a loan. This is help that is being given, but it is being given with the idea that they will get something in return. So with this being the first card coming out to represent the most important thing you should know, I think something you should definitely focus on is the idea of equal give and take, and perhaps be a little wary about maybe somebody giving you help, but maybe they're not doing it out of the charity of their hearts, so to speak. And that is not necessarily a negative thing. Perhaps this is a work situation, or perhaps it is more literal. These are the pentacles, which often represents money, wealth, finances, career. So perhaps this is literal. You are in need of taking out a loan, but you need to be considerate of the fact that you will need to pay this loan back. Maybe it's to a family member or a friend. We will be pulling more cards to clarify. So before I get too detailed, let's get the guidebook for the Crow Tarot. And let's do the extra reading on the Six of Pentacles. The generously charitable crow happily shares a fish, since he has two and is not worried about finding more. Although he is a compassionate crow, he is not necessarily a philanthropist, as he does expect some form of payback in the future. The Six of Pentacles denotes a time of receiving or offering help with strings attached. And again, this could be an individual in your life, or this could be you. Perhaps someone is in your life that needs your help, but you are offering it with strings attached. I think we are going to need more clarification here before I can really get into the nitty-gritty of what is the most important thing you need to know. Okay, so the dragon pile got the Six of Pentacles. Can you help clarify what it is about the Six of Pentacles that pile 2 needs to most know? Oh, we got 2 cards this time. So we're gonna have a little combined meaning there. Oh, 3 cards. Okay. Indeed, we did need clarification, and the tarot agreed. And it gave you 3 cards to help clarify why it thinks the Six of Pentacles is what you most need to know. So we have the Page of Swords. We have the 3 of Wands. And we have the 10 of Cups. And I will point out, we have all 4 suits represented here. We have Pentacles, Swords, Wands, and So, we have the Page of Swords here. And swords are a card of action, of planning. Not planning, but executing plans. And with the Page of Swords here, you have a bird that is ready to talk about this action, put something into motion. And then here with the Three of Wands, you have a bird that is perched here, looking out over the great expanse of ocean, contemplating this vastness, this vast body of water that is between the crow and what the crow desires over here in the distance. However, this is not a defeated card. This is a card of planning, of progress, of seeing what's ahead and knowing where you're going and contemplating the act of going there. And then this card here, the Ten of Cups. Tens are the end of a cycle, and this is a very happy end to a cycle. This is love, this is family, this is warmth, this is happiness and joy, the kind of success that you get from family, from emotions. Cups are emotions, cups are water, water in your cup that is full, and you have 10 of them all full and ready to go. You have this big happy rainbow, birds in a nest together, multiple couples, sunflowers, happy sunshine. This is one of the best, happiest, warmest minor arcana cards that you can get. So, what I'm seeing here is this notion that there is knowledge of what needs to be done, that it's going to be hard, but you know where you're going. In this imagery here, there's a star here in the corner, and that's where this crow wants to go. And the star in the major arcana is its happiness, its joy. This star, I feel like, is this Ten of Cups. This bird is coming to talk, or is the same. It's telling a story of a bird that has a plan and is going to put it into action. They know it's going to be hard, but they have a clear sight of where they're going and what they want. And because of that, in the end, they are going to achieve this Ten of Cups energy, this warm, happy success, this happy ending. And the way that this ties in with the Six of Pentacles, it could be that you do need help in order to get started. Perhaps this Page of Swords needs the help of something that might have some strings attached. So perhaps what's most important for you, Dragon Pile, Pile 2, Crow Tarot Pile, is to not be too proud to accept help, or don't be too scared of having to take help that you then have to repay, because in life there is always a give and a take. And to achieve this Ten of Cups, you have to create an equal give and take in what way that you can. It could also be that you are meant to help someone achieve this. Perhaps you are someone who has more, and you are able to help others. And someone in your life is a page of swords that has this dream and the ambition and the desire to go for it. But they just need a little help, and in the end, they'll be able to pay you back. There's so many considerations with tarot. But let's go one more round and see if there's any further clarification that needs to be made. Okay, so before I do the final shuffle here for you, let's get the extra readings from the guidebook. We have the Page of Swords, the young crow uses his strength and stamina to carry the sword through an intense energy storm. Along the way, he may have lost a few feathers, but it was a small price to pay for a chance at something more significant. The page has found his stride and approaches the goal with a steady and relentless determination. The Page of Swords arrives with a message to throw caution to the wind. Get out there and fly. The time is now to take action. The page denotes movement, energy, and communication, all of which are essential for embarking on a new adventure. This adventure, clearly, you can see here, this trekking across the ocean, this Three of Wands energy. Eager for a new adventure, the crow looks across an expansive body of water off in the distance where it sees a new land to explore. He is ready to move beyond the familiar comforts of home to seek new ventures and experiences. The Three of Wands suggests looking for a new beginning or opportunity in your life, whether it is traveling abroad, starting a new project, or going back to school. This card brings the message that now is the time to go after your dreams. They may be significant and as vast as the ocean. Move forward with faith. You will make it across. And when you do make it across, this Ten of Cups will be waiting for you. The happy couple sits on a budding branch of cherry blossom tree, watching their fledglings resting comfortably in their nest. The setting is one of peace and contentment. The couple achieved their dreams, as each new day brings with it a feeling of love and fulfillment. The Ten of Cups denotes a time of utmost joy. Another message of this card may also be a romantic relationship is forming, one that could result in a lifelong love affair. Take a moment to bask in the positive energy the Ten of Cups offers. Good luck will soon enter your home. And just a little refresher on the Six of Pentacles to help connect these together, because this is a beefy second tier with the three cards together. The generously charitable crow happily shares a fish since he has two and is not worried about finding more. Although he is a compassionate crow, he is not necessarily a philanthropist, as he does expect some form of payback in the future. The Six of Pentacles denotes a time of receiving or offering help with strings attached. However, whether it is you giving or receiving this help, you will either get this help and use it to help achieve your dreams, or you will help another achieve their dreams, and they will be able to pay you back in tenfold, it seems. Okay, one more row. And then to finish up after that, we will do charms. Okay. Is there anything else that needs to be added in order to further clarify what it is that pile 2 most needs to know? What they need to know about this strings attached help, about this page of swords that's on a journey to find their 10 of cups. Alright, let's go one more. If it doesn't go this time, I will get the energy card and call it there. Is there anything else that needs to be known? Oh, yes, the Ace of Cups. And the King of Cups. Oh my goodness, and the Page of Cups. Wow. Okay. And the energy is the King of Wands. Okay. So you know how I mentioned that the cups are emotions. Let me fix this so you can see everything. This is a complicated message that the universe is trying to get across here. That's why you need more cards than pile 1 needed. Pile 1's had a really direct, beautiful message. Your message is also beautiful, but it's less direct, but very clear that it has something to do with emotions. This journey that you're going on, although it's tied to commerce, to pentacles, to needing help of some kind, perhaps it's not financial help. Perhaps it is emotional help. An equal give and take in a relationship, perhaps. That could be a romantic relationship, familial, friendship, business, work, anything. Because Ace of Cups, that's new love, new beginnings, emotional. King of Cups, this is a Zen master. This is someone that has control of their emotions in a good way, not in a way where they're bottling them up and suppressing them, but in a way where they know when and where and how to properly use their emotions to help other people. This King of Cups could very well be the benefactor that is represented by the 6 of Pentacles. And the Page of Cups is representative of someone who has bright, inspirational ideas and subversive thoughts. Oftentimes they're considered to be childlike. So you have this very emotional undercurrent going on here. So we asked the tarot if there was anything else that it felt you needed to know in order to clarify the message here, and resoundingly the tarot wanted to emphasize the emotional, the very heavy emotional energy here, because I did express the importance of the 10 of Cups here and how it's family and emotion and love, but it really wanted me to extra emphasize that. So, with everything on the board now, I would say the most important thing you need to know. Oh, and also I forgot about the King of Wands here before I get my final verdict on the most important thing for you. there is the King of Wands to consider. Now, the King of Wands is very important as an energy card for this particular reading because of everything I've been talking about in terms of someone helping another, someone helping this Page of Swords here get here, and how it has something to do with emotion, because the King of Wands is an individual who thrives on helping others achieve their dreams and ambitions. Okay? So there's someone here that wants to help, whether it's you helping someone or someone helping you. They want to do it. They thrive on it. Just because they expect something in return, that's not always a negative thing. Sometimes that's just business. Even if it's with family or friends or someone that you're filled with this emotion for, there still has to be an equal give and take. And it doesn't have to be about money. This could be about holistic wealth. This could be about your time, your personal time. Perhaps this is about spending more time with the people you care about in return for the things they've given you, or vice versa. And the extra reading here for the King of Wands from the guidebook. The King of Wands is an entrepreneurial bird who can take a concept and fly with it. Under the supervision of the king, the idea transforms into reality and will reach its highest potential possible. He is relentless in his pursuit of perfection and with laser-like vision focuses on the goal. He is a charismatic and natural-born leader, although at times he can be a bit arrogant. In a reading, the energy of the King of Wands represents either yourself or someone who has a clear vision of what needs to be accomplished for a project to be successful. Take this as a confirmation that focused energy will result in a positive and fruitful outcome. So, more confirmation there regarding this journey. I think that what we have here is what the universe most wants you to know, Dragon Pile 2, is that it is okay to both give and receive help with strings attached. Sometimes that's appropriate. And to keep an open mind about these kinds of opportunities. Don't let the notion that you may have to get help or borrow in order to get your 10 of Cups stop you from getting across this ocean. Try to keep your emotions like the King of Cups. Keep it zen and try to understand when you need to be helped or to help others. Try to find or to be that King of Wands, that benefactor that genuinely does want to help you, even if they do expect help in return. Okay, and now to close out the readings, I am doing a fun segment with charms. This is a segment that really gives the viewer a bit of a hold of the reins, because I will be showing you charms that I pull resonate with some of these charms. Okay, so in this shiny silver box, I have all these little charms. Plastic, metal, paper, glass, stone, words, letters, numbers. And there may be items in here that can help confirm for you that this reading may have special meaning. And that'll be up to you to determine. Maybe the letters will mean something special. And I will also add what I see from what I pull. But this is mostly a fun part that I do because one tarot reader that I love, I mentioned before, Eso Tarot, she sometimes does this in her readings, and I love the way that it triggers my ASMR. So I wanted to do it in my readings too. So I am going to kind of mix these with my fingers. I'm looking away. Can't see anything. Not in the box anyway. And then I'm going to just claw and pick up. I'm going to try and get not too few, not too many. Let's see, how many is that? I think that feels like an appropriate amount. I dropped one. I guess that might have, oh, here it is. It's still part of it. Okay. So what fell out was the number 3. So we did have a 3. We had the 3 of Wands in your reading. Maybe a 3 is significant to you. Maybe that's a number you see a lot. Let's see, what else do we have? We have an iridescent blue flower. It's very pretty. It's glass. This also came out for pile 1, the rose pile. Let's see what else. We got Cupid. Red Cupid bead here. Could this further emphasize all of the emotion going on in this reading? Perhaps this is something to do with a romantic interest. Something about give and take between the two of you. Perhaps you're trying to open a business with a loved one. I keep going to business because I felt business at first, but then it was showing emotion. Perhaps it's business with emotion. Just a consideration. And then we have together and princess. Princess together. Together, princess. Together seems to be the one that was face up in my palm. So I'm going to keep it like that. Or it could be that someone makes you feel like a princess. And in tarot, you have masculine and feminine energy, but it's not masculine and feminine as in boy, girl. It's just energy. It's not anything about the physical form. So maybe there's something about feminine energy there with the princess. And we have 4 letters. We have, cafe. We have, well, I think that's a G, but I saw it as a C at first, and it jumped out so strong as cafe. With these little letters, the G and C are very similar. It's just a little notch right there for it to be a G. So it is a G, but just indulge, and I felt C. So I I like the idea that maybe somebody has this romantic idea of creating a cafe together with their loved one. And I see this flower here. I'm seeing little bistro tables with flowers and loving couples together. Happy friends in groups of 3. It's just a fun thing. But I see it so much as cafe, and I love this little romantic idea that I'm seeing here in this box, and I see it with all this emotion and this King of Wands here. So again, take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. The charms portion, I think, is just a little fun addition that I like to add. So thank you so much again, Dragon Pile number 2, the Crow Tarot pile. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Remember to keep in mind that this journey, that this page of swords is ready to embark on, he has it in him to get here, to this joy, to this emotional success. They can do it. They may need help, and the help may be for you or from you. Just keep it in mind, as the tarot seems to think it is the most important thing for you to know right now. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye-bye. Hello, baby unicorn pile, and welcome to your reading. Today we are going to find out, what is the most important thing that you need to know? What is it that the tarot cards most want to tell you? You picked the Mystic Mondays Tarot with the glass baby unicorn. Very cute. I've had this for a very long time. I'm going to set them to the side over here now. And before we get started, I am going to light some sage. Typically, sage is burned during tarot readings in order to cleanse the space, aid with divination, give clarity. I tend to burn it because I like the way it smells, and it always instantly gets me in the mood to have a relaxing, meditative moment and read tarot. So I think, overall that's the traditional point anyway. But that's the way I like to look at it. Okay. Now I'm going to sit this in this copper bowl I made, and we will set that there, and we will allow that smoke to continue coming in and cleansing the area. Okay. Alright. I'm going to be doing an intuitive reading. I will shuffle through the deck and take what comes out, and we will do 3 tiers of that. It could be 1, 2, 3 more cards that come out per tier. We'll just have to see. So, what is it that pile 3, the baby unicorn pile, most needs to know right now? What is it that the universe wants pile 3 to know. It didn't come out the first time, that's fine. That can happen. Sometimes the message takes a moment to come through, but there it is. We've got the King of Wands. Anything else for this first tier? Yes. The Princess of Swords. Oh, Major Arcana. The Star. These are powerful cards. We've been having some pretty powerful readings for my first time. Okay, Four of Pentacles snuck itself in there. That's it. See, it was very quiet that first shuffle, but that's because it knew it needed to get these four out. That's, see, pile 1, they had 1 for the top row. Pile 2 also had, I think, just 1 for the top row. You have 4 for the top row. Let's move this back already just a little bit so we can have room here to see everything. Okay. So, what do we have here? We have 2 face cards. We have the King and Princess. Normally that would be Page of Swords. King of Wands, Page of Swords, Princess of Swords. Major Arcana, we have 17, the Star. And then we have the 4 of Pentacles. So, we have a lot of cards right up front to interpret. 2 big cards here for the minor arcana, but they're face cards, King and Princess, and a major here with the Star, and then we have the 4 of Pentacles here to back everything up in the minor. So King of Wands energy, this is an individual who has drive and ambition and also thrives in helping others achieve their ambitions. And then the Princess of Swords, also the Page of Swords, that is someone, again, full of drive and ambition, willing to weather the storm in order to get their message where it needs to be. And then here, you have the Star. That is joy, that is goals, that is your passion, that is the opposite of depression. That is what you're striving for. And because it's the major arcana, it's what you're striving for in an almost cosmic sense. It's a heavier card. There's more weight because it's a major arcana card. And then here you have the 4 of Pentacles, which the 4 of Pentacles, it tells a story of holding on to what you have gained in life. You have gained these 4 of Pentacles and you've put them in this box, and you may be very afraid to let go of this box in fear that you may lose your 4 Pentacles. So altogether, what is it that I see here that would be something important that you need to know, that the universe wants to tell you? You want to spread a message. A message, not necessarily you want to, maybe you do, maybe someone in your life does, but there is a message that needs to be spread, that needs to be shared. It's a message about the Star, about something important that brings joy. Something that perhaps can bring this security of the 4 of Pentacles, so that you don't need to feel like like you have to hold on so tight to what you have. But that is my initial interpretation. Let's take a look at the Mystic Mondays Tarot Guidebook. And let's get the individual deck's interpretation of these cards. Each deck has their own individual flair that gives a little extra meaning and interpretation to the cards. Okay, almost there. It's the last page, isn't it? Of course. Okay. King of Wands, natural leader, visionary, entrepreneur. This could represent you. This could represent someone in your life. This could represent someone that will come into your life. A true visionary, the King of Wands lights fire to his ideas with finesse and intention. His enterprising nature is able to fully flesh out an idea from beginning to end. Passion rules his kingdom, where his visions have the purpose of impacting the world on a large scale. He is able to both lead and follow, delegating tasks effectively while simultaneously working alongside his team. His greatest wish is to empower those around him to inspire them to be the best they can be. He molds the world to his ideas, supported by others who believe in his vision. Direct and straight to the point, the King of Wands asks you to create goals for yourself with clarity and imagination. Lead your life with intent and vision, with your eye on the prize. Don't stop until you get to where you need to go. That's what I mean about this King of Wands. They're a visionary, and they need to have this Princess of Swords energy so that they can communicate this vast vision that they have, so that they can get to the star. So, the Princess of Swords. Inquisitive, verbose, lively. Sparks fly high with a twinkle in your eye. There are a million ideas floating around in your head, and you can't wait to tell anyone and everyone about them. Combusting with excitement, your creativity and brilliance cannot be contained. The Princess of Swords urges you to put your ideas into action and go for it. Young, idealistic truth seeker, you have a gift for gab that has the ability to translate effectively to others. Writing and speaking come easily to you, which will aid you when it comes time to spread your ideas and message. With a thirst to learn, you constantly ask questions and want to know the why of how things work. Your high energy and curiosity are endless and feed off of your willingness to find the answers. With time comes experience, and the more you go after what you want, the more wisdom and experience you will gain. This could be you or another. This could also be you or another. These could both be you, or these could both be another person or two other people. But the message I'm seeing is that there is an energy here of vision and an energy here of spreading that vision. And in the end, this power duo will bring about the star. The Major Arcana, number 17. Aquarius energy. Maybe you have an Aquarius in your life that is important. The universe has your back. This is a period of healing, inspiration, and serenity. You can trust in yourself and forces beyond you, lending a helping hand whenever you need it. You've done the work, healed old wounds, and are ready to step into the spotlight to show off your many talents. Let your freak flag fly. Others are drawn to your authenticity, creative spirit, and individuality. Sounds like these two cards. Once you have accepted yourself for exactly who you are, you've opened the door to allow others to see how special you are. What makes you different is also what makes you stand out. Simply put, you are flawless. Look to the North Star and let it guide you towards your highest good. Your stardust is infectious and others will be inspired by your spirit. That really sounds like the Princess of Swords. The world is ready for your transformation into the star you always knew you were. Now, the one hitch with these three for me is this Four of Pentacles. I'm having a little trouble interpreting this one in the context here because oftentimes the Four of Pentacles can have a bit of a negative connotation. This idea of holding too tightly. Control, stability, conservative. Lock and key. You've got your finances stashed away with double security. You are in complete control of what goes in and what goes out, dutifully standing guard at the door. Saving is a habit that you've mastered, and you've racked up enough in the bank to be financially stable and independent. You are in complete control and conservative about how you spend your money, valuing your possessions. Kudos to the discipline it took to get your finances in order. However, watch out for penny pinching to the point where you don't allow yourself to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Equating financial security with self-worth creates a dependency on stacking up the cash, no matter what the cost. Remember, you are inherently worthy, no matter what your bank account says. So perhaps this card, the tarot deck, threw this card out here to say that maybe you have already gone through these 3 steps and now you have this security, but perhaps you're not letting yourself fully enjoy it. Or perhaps this is going to happen soon and the universe is trying to advise you that, again, kudos to achieving all of this, but don't let yourself not be able to enjoy your rewards from working so hard. But we are going to be pulling clarifiers. I will be doing 2 more goes, shuffling through. And let's see what further clarification we can get on what is the most important thing for you to know. Because what I'm seeing right now is this idea that needs to be spread. And we don't have to even consider the negative aspect here. This could just simply be saying that with the star will come financial security. So there is this vision that needs to be spread in order to get your star and your security. But let's see what else the cards have to say. Sorry, pile 3. Seems that your pile keeps getting interrupted. So, as my cat chimes in with a, haven't you ever heard of a cat who wants to be loud too? Okay, so let's get back to this. popcorn pile. I wonder if you are having a hard time right now, if there's blockages in communication, because I keep getting interrupted doing your reading much more than the previous two. But let's keep going. Let's see if we can learn more about this situation where there is a message, a vision that needs to be spread. Okay. What can you tell me to help clarify what this vision could be? We have the Princess of Cups. We've got the Three of Wands. What is this star? We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Ace of Swords. Okay, a lot of cards for you. This is a lot of cards. So, you're similar to pile 2, the dragon pile. Their message was also hefty. Goodness. Pile 3, I am so sorry about all of the cuts that I have had to make during your reading. I can't help but wonder if in your life you feel like you keep getting interrupted. Perhaps you have been trying to be this Princess of Swords and spread your message and get your star, get your security, but people keep talking over you. I wonder. Let me know if that happens to resonate for you. But I managed to pull these cards before I had to cut for the neighbor's air conditioning. So to clarify this top row, we got the Princess of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. The Princess of Cups, much like the Princess of Swords, has a message. This message is often of a psychic nature, or if you don't like the word psychic, let's go with subliminal nature. She tends to be a mysterious individual that wants to give you a message but may do so indirectly. Perhaps in your dreams it might be important to be paying attention to your dreams. And then you have the Three of Wands, which is about knowing what you want and being able to see it. You can see what you want and where you have to go to get there, but there is this vast ocean of water in between you and your goals. However, you are ready. You are on top of these pillars. You know where you're going and you're ready to make this long journey because you are so sure of what you want. You're so sure of the star. So perhaps if you are getting talked over, if you are trying to spread this message, perhaps you should try a more subliminal approach. Just a consideration in order to help you get to where you know you need to go. And it's going to be difficult, and you know it is, but you can do it. And then here you have the Nine of Swords. This is a card of worry, of anxiety, of fear. This is a card that signifies that You're terrified of something. There's nightmares and worries. I was just talking about dreams. Perhaps there's nightmares here too. Perhaps there is another individual that is trying to spread their vision, trying to get their star, and you're worried here that it might affect your security. Perhaps you are seeing things on a subliminal level that's causing you worry, that's making this journey harder. I more see that you are trying to spread this message to get your star, to get your security, and that perhaps you need a new approach in order to traverse this Three of Wands. You need a more maybe subdued, subliminal approach in order to spread your message. But perhaps this scares you. Perhaps the idea in general of letting other people know your vision, perhaps that is worrying for you. And then you have the Ace of Swords here, which is a new beginning in action. This plan that needs to go forward. But let's get the meaning from the guidebook here and see if it can add to the interpretation that we have. Okay, so the Princess of Cups. Each booklet has a different order. So we have flow, synchronicity, and mystic messages. Subconscious messages swim through your conscious mind, receiving intuitive messages from within. The Princess of Cups brings you inspiration to create, to trust your insight, and to listen to your intuition. She asks you to be open-minded about new experiences, emotions, and how messages can take form. This news can be subtle or extreme, so trust your gut instincts on what it's trying to tell you. Pay attention to synchronistic events and symbols and dreams, for it is your guide delivering you a message. Let your emotions come out to play with free rein. Vulnerability is your strength, so wear your open heart on your sleeve. Express yourself freely, as open and innocent as a curious child. Answers to questions may appear in surprising and playful ways. And these surprising answers may be what you need to help you get to the stage of the Three of Wands. Persistence, anticipation, and progression. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity, said Roman philosopher Seneca. As a result of your persistence, you have made steady progress in your endeavors, and you are now on your way to your grand vision. Your visionary ways lead the pack forward. Again, visionary. Take a bird's eye view of your life to anticipate every possible opportunity available to you. That will prepare you for both good and bad news, so that you are much more readily able to handle challenges. So perhaps you need to make sure you are taking this bird's eye view in anticipation for this worry of the Nine of Swords. That will prepare you for both good and bad news so that you are much more readily able to handle challenges. Following your curiosity has led you on a path to gather unique skills and absorb useful information that can help you expand both outward and inward. This is a time when travel is encouraged and to dive into what lights your soul on fire. Think big. Your thoughts are the seeds towards action. So yes, don't hold yourself back. Don't fear spreading this vision of yours. Okay, 9 of Swords, just so you know what to be looking out for. Anxiety, worry, distress. A living nightmare, your worst fears are coming true. You've managed to manifest your worries by constantly thinking about worst-case scenarios, creating anxiety and stress. Making a mountain out of a molehill perpetuates your despair and fuels your melancholy. Fear and doubt are paralyzing you from moving forward with endless what-if scenarios playing over and over in your head. You are frozen with the crippling fear and doubt that you've created, and beating yourself up is only making it worse. Transform yourself out of the darkness and leap out of the shadows. Become your own cheerleader and acknowledge yourself for all the good that you've been doing. Celebrate your wins and breathe in all the blessings. Ease your anxiety by remembering all is not lost. And then the Ace of Swords. Clarity, pure power, breakthrough. Cutting straight through the bull. The Ace of Swords delivers truth and clarity in realistic ways. Your potential is at an all-time high, claiming your personal power. You're able to cut through the noise and clearly see the path that you want to take. This path of the Three of Wands, this vision that you have to get your star, to get your security. You're having to take an alternative way to get here than maybe you're used to, and it creates fear and anxiety. However, your mind is razor sharp and able to handle any task that comes your way. After experiencing mental blocks, you are now at the point of a breakthrough. With your experiences, you are armed with a new worldview and a perspective which allows you to access your creativity in a strategic way. Truth seeker, you are prepared to fight for justice with the fire and intensity of your sharp intellect. With great power comes great responsibility. Wield your sword with care, as it carries plenty of influence. So with that in mind, take care of this drive you have. Take care of your mental state. But do look for alternative strategies in order to spread this vision so that you can get your star, so that you can get your security, so that you can get your security without having this fear and anxiety of losing your security. So far, that's what I see that the tarot most wants you to know. But we do have one more rung to finish it out. And then to close out the readings, I have been doing charms. It's just a fun part of the reading where the viewer can take the reins a bit. Oh, let's straighten these a little. At some point, my cat may have bumped the camera, causing things to go askew. Okay, that'll be okay. So, we're just going to see if there's anything else that we need to know. Anything else that needs clarification. If anything else needs to be emphasized to the baby unicorn pile for what the universe most wants them to know right now. Well, I feel like maybe I should give it let's give it one more chance. Just in case. Oh, I did miss something. It wants you to also focus on Two of Pentacles. Anything else that we need for clarification? Or is this it? Looks like... Okay, that's it. And then we also have our energy. And, ooh, the Magician. Major Arcana here. Again, you've got the Star and the Magician. This is the environment. Consider it the playing field of where all of this is taking place. But here, you've got one lonely card in the third rung here. And this is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is a card concerned with priorities, balancing everything you have to do, making sure all of your responsibilities are being taken care of, making sure everything is properly prioritized and that nothing is getting left behind. So, with that in mind, perhaps part of the key here is making sure you have all your ducks in a row. Making sure you have your priorities in check. Making sure that you are taking care of everything in a way that allows you to effectively communicate your vision. Maybe you need to prioritize organizing your vision so that you can better spread your vision to the world. Maybe this has to do with the different alternative strategy than you are used to. Let's see the book for Two of Pentacles. It says balance, prioritization, and daily affairs. Busy bee. Your lively lifestyle is keeping you active, buzzing from one place to the next. With the Two of Pentacles, you have a vision in mind, and now it is a matter of taking daily action in order to implement it. You can see the big picture, but don't forget about the individual brushstrokes it took to create this entire painting. Details are equally important, if not more so. Create structure so that you are able to focus on the important tasks at hand to build your long-term vision. There is freedom in boundaries. The infinity sign symbolizes the unlimited amount of time, flow, and change at your disposal. You are faced with conflicting interests and must prioritize what is more important in this moment in time. Like Aristotle says, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Just a little ancient wisdom there that apparently the universe wanted to make sure that you heard. And for the environment, the energy, the overall energy of this reading that I interpret to be about you, spreading a vision that you have, is the Magician. And I find that very fascinating because the Magician is all about manifestation, making your dreams happen, making them reality. The magician, inventive, manifestation, true potential. You've got the spark. Creation is the name of the game, whether you pour your energy into a new life cycle or creative project. This is a time of pulling in all your resources to manifest your desires. Your toolbox is complete with anything you could ever need, and if it isn't, the right tools will appear exactly when you need them. You are resourceful and constantly find innovative solutions to problems with grace and ease. The universe has your back and will provide you with the power to manifest your desires in the external world. Infinite opportunities are available as you continue to flow. Be clear about your intentions and use them to fuel purposeful action. The more specific you are, the more you magnetize your creative energy and manifest magic. Claim your power. Pile 3, you are more powerful than you know. You have this Princess of Swords energy in you. You can spread your message. You may have to go about it a different way, but you can overcome these issues, these nightmares, because you've got the Ace of Swords. You've got the Three of Wands. You've got the Magician in your environment. You just need to focus a little more on balancing your priorities and your responsibilities. And I think that that is the most important thing that the tarot cards think that you need to hear right now. Spread your vision. The universe has your back so that you can get your star. Balance your priorities. Look for some alternative methods. You've got this. Now, to close out your reading, I am going to do those charms that I mentioned. So, in this shiny silver box, I have a lot of charms, different shapes, sizes. Let's go ahead and take a peek. And there may be objects in here that help to confirm any meaning to this reading, or there may be something in here that just really resonates with you and has some special connection. There are letters and numbers, paper, plastic, metal. Maybe there will be initials that mean something to you. This is really just a fun thing I like to do at the end of the readings that was inspired by ESO Tarot. It gives me ASMR, so I wanted to make sure to add it to my videos. So I'm going to stir a bit with my fingers. I'm not looking, I'm looking away. And then I'm going to pinch a small amount of items out. Not too few, not too many. Okay. That feels right. I think this seems like a good amount. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, we got 2 hearts. We got a blue heart and a pink heart. Maybe pink and blue or blue and pink have meaning to you. There reminds me of childhood. There's a puzzle piece, which also reminds me of childhood, but also connotes a togetherness, of fitting together, maybe a missing piece. And we have the number 3. Maybe you keep seeing the number 3. We have the warning with 3 exclamation points. So you have 3 and then 3 objects up here. Perhaps there's 2 individuals and they go together really well, but there's a third and you need to watch out. Or maybe a third, watch out for another individual for this group to complete it, the missing piece. And then for letters, we got B, O, R, and S. So it came out boars, but I also see bros. Maybe there is a group of bros here, and I mean bros in the gender neutral way, like you're all like bros together and you're hanging out, and when you're together it's like great. Or maybe you even need to watch out for the bros. Or maybe there's something about a brother or someone that you feel like a brother to. Maybe the individuals up here that's going to help you spread your message is one of your bros. Maybe orbs. Maybe there's something significant about orbs. It could be anything. This portion is really just for fun and for the viewer to see if they click with anything that winds up in this tray. Let me know in the comments below if any of this resonated or helped you to put the pieces together in your reading. Well, thank you so much, Baby Unicorn Pile. I'm sorry again for all of your interruptions and for anything in your life that might be talking over you and preventing you from spreading your vision. I think, though, that if you can prioritize and find balance, look at some alternatives, I think you will be able to get to your star and your security. You've got the magician on your side, after all. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you enjoyed your reading, and I hope that you have a good night. Thank you. Bye-bye. For the outro, I figured I could light a little more sage to clear out all the energy from these 3 readings. And I will thank you for indulging in tarot with me. It is a new experience for me, reading for anyone other than myself or my husband. And I really appreciate you allowing me to do so on this channel. I hope that it was a relaxing experience for you. and I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments if there's anything you would like me to do in the future regarding tarot. Any questions that you would like to see, or any suggestions for decks or methods of reading. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope that you have a wonderful day and a wonderful night.